Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, The Lost Tales, and we are here with Motomo and Nita, who are actually just about to set out into Slough Creek, and I'm pretty sure we're going to actually have them head straight to the Canyon Cliffs Den over here, because we don't want anything to do with the Druid packs. Motomo doesn't want to have a lot of conflict. He's trying to avoid that, and so we're going to send him off here where hopefully he won't clash with the Northern Pack, which I believe is the Slough Pack. Now, if you guys did not see this, yesterday I actually put up a video in Google Earth where I went and flew around and looked at some of the actual geography of the region and how it all relates. And so we found Little Butte in real life, and actually Amethyst Mountain is just off that way. And I think it's either beyond that ridge, or you might even be able to see it past that ridge a little bit. But it's just off in that direction, basically. And so it's pretty cool to see how it relates. So the Lamar Valley is being added in the new version of the game, and that's basically kind of the connecting point. So you go down to the Lamar Valley, you go over another ridge, and then you're here in the Slough Creek area. And so it's actually a lot closer than I ever thought it was, and than I ever realized it was. So if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It's pretty cool to be able to see how how the geography actually connects. I found it absolutely fascinating. So let's head up here. We're going to claim our den, and then we are allowed to mark the territory here, but we have to well, what we're allowed to do is mark the territory, and we can't actually chase off any stranger wolves that appear, so we will be doing that. But first we have to claim the den, and then we do have to do the winter hunting, because unfortunately that's still a part of the game. I'm hoping, okay, there we go. I'm hoping that it won't be a part of the game, that we'll be able to hunt and find food a lot more organically with the new hunting system. I'm hoping that it won't be such a rigid, there's no food along the way, but maybe you'd have to kind of stick around with the herd until you get close to the rendezvous site. I don't know how any of that is going to work. I'm hoping we'll get to find it out, and we'll probably by the time this goes up, the WolfQuest video for today will be out, but I'm recording this in the morning, so I probably won't have seen it. So if they keep with the trend, they might end up talking about exactly this sort of thing, but I kind of doubt they will, because that mostly pertains to the Slough Creek mission, and right now they're focusing on developing Amethyst Mountain. So I would not expect them to necessarily talk about this right now. I imagine that'll be at some point in the future, because Slough Creek isn't coming for a few months yet, whereas Amethyst Mountain is still, hopefully, as far as I know, planned to release by the end of this year. And Slough Creek will be at the beginning of next year. So, where are the elk? What I'm looking for right now is the ravens, because if we can find ravens, then we can find where the elk herd is, and that's what I'm trying to see. So I think we just ran right through it, and then I'll go ahead and montage the hunting here. I just had a little bit to talk about right off the bat there. And where's the elk herd? Alright, we look around. Oh, come on, it's gotta be around here somewhere. I'm looking for the ravens. Oh, I hear ravens. I'm just gonna take a gamble and run this way, because I'm pretty sure I heard the ravens in this direction. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to find the elk, and I'm actually really happy because today is the first really cool day in real life for me. It's actually not swelteringly hot. I haven't had to turn my air conditioner on. It's actually really nice. Oh, here we go. Here's the elk herd. Okay. So, but yeah, I'm happy that it's cooler. I'm happy that it's finally fall. We're going to go ahead and start the montage, so I will see you guys after that. hunted an entire herd of cow elk, basically, but I think I'm going to try and take down the bull elk because, well, I mean, I guess we did that recently, but I kind of want to try and do it again just because the bull elk will give us a lot of food, and I think it could be worthwhile to try and get some of that extra food. Alright, so if we can run in like this and get some good bites in before, there we go, okay, now we back off, and Nita's continuing to attack. Alright, she's going to run off and get food, we're going to run off and get food. The idea here is that there's a lot of meat on a bull elk carcass. Oh, there's a coyote here, hello. Let's not. I'm going to take your carcass because I'm bigger and stronger than you, and I want food. And I'll probably chase down and kill that coyote too if he continues to poke around. He went off this way because he's going to go eat. He's going to go eat my carcass then. Yeah, no, you're not. But we're going to go ahead and take him out. Hopefully that bull elk won't despawn. The reason for that is it's a little bit more interesting, I think, than well, it's more interesting than just continuing to do the normal hunting, and it gives us a lot of food, and I think in the long run it'll be more economical because I don't want to have to try and get a new herd to respawn. I think sometimes the spawning in this glitches out a little bit, which is why I'm happy that the new system won't even have spawning and despawning. Alright, so we go in, we let him focus on her, we run in and start biting from behind repeatedly, as many times as possible. Okay, we should not go in again. We got hit twice. That was almost very bad. I'm really glad that I didn't do that because that was almost a really dumb mistake. But yeah, so it's also more interesting, and there's just a number of reasons that it can be kind of more fun. And plus it's fun to challenge ourselves a little bit, and I feel like Motomo is a very strong and determined wolf. I mean, he's not necessarily a weak wolf. He actually, if we look at his stats again, he does have 40% strength, and so he's not exactly a weak wolf. He's just doesn't like conflict. He doesn't like conflict with other wolves, which is probably smart in the long run. Alright, where is this guy? He was off this way somewhere. No, he didn't despawn then. He went over here. Okay, he's heading the wrong way. Oh, he's running now. Okay, good. Because now we can steer him back towards the area where we actually have the carcasses. Alright, let's keep attacking. And we gotta watch because I don't want our health to drop too much. He does do a lot of damage when he kicks us. And if he turns around, then he very well could do quite a bit again. he could hurt us quite a lot if he turns around and kicks us, so we've got to be pretty cautious, although there is a carcass right here that we can eat from. And then if we just put this carcass somewhere nearby, these guys have like 3 times the meat of a cow elk, I'm pretty sure, because they take quite a lot to bring down. And so if we can bring him down somewhere near the den, then that'll be quite the benefit to have when we're raising our pups, and it'll be a little bit, it'll be good. It'll be better than having to hunt down a bunch of different elk. Okay, so where's the nearest carcass? Right over here. We want to be able to herd him back to an area. We'll probably try and bring him down somewhere in this area, actually, and we want to kind of be able to herd him back to that point, so hopefully that will help. It honestly might even be more efficient than bringing down multiple cow elk, because assuming the ravens eat the carcass at the same rate, then it might actually be more efficient, because then we wouldn't have to worry about them eating from a bunch of different carcasses. They'd only be eating from one, so it could actually be more efficient. So let's steer him back towards where we want him, and we'll continue on the attack. So here we go. We just gotta really watch, because if he turns around, we gotta be ready to get out of here, because I do not want to get kicked again. Alright, he's gonna turn around momentarily. I'm actually gonna back off and go get more food. I know I'm getting a lot of food here all at once, and I probably don't necessarily need to do that, but it's better to be more full on food than it is to risk running out. Okay, so he is right down there. We should just be able to run around from this side, and then he probably will turn around pretty soon. Yeah, he's still on the run, so he's going to stop running in a couple more bites here. Or he might actually... Oh yeah, he is going to do that. Okay, so bite, bite. He's going to attack us. We'll go in one time and bite. and then we'll go back here and get some more food. There's a fox here. Hey, you're not supposed to be eating our carcasses. Don't make me attack you too. Oh, we almost got him right there. He went running by and we almost actually got a bite in. Well, that's not good. I don't want to have to kill this guy. Hopefully he can go off and hunt some of his rodents that he likes. Alright, so if we come back this way, we should be able to get Nita behind him. And then if she runs in from that angle, that'll be a lot better. She is heading off somewhere over there to get a carcass, it looks like. And we will have to... Is he back? No, I don't think he's back. I think we scared him off. The foxes are usually pretty skittish. You can kind of just chase them away from a carcass in many cases. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, she missed. Okay, darn it. You know, it's normally best if you can get your mate to distract the elk, and that tends to work out a lot better. Alright, so I'm watching the health. Okay, I got hit there. Well, let's go ahead and we will, we'll eat here. This will use up this carcass. This might actually... Oh, yeah, no. You're gonna have to go find your own food. I'm sorry. I don't know where that fox went. He was over here. He's not anymore. We might have to track him down after this because I don't want him eating... Oh, he went up this way. He went... Oh, he's at this carcass, isn't he? Okay, we gotta chase him briefly. I'm gonna be mad if this bullock despawns, but hopefully he won't. Alright, we just gotta chase him off the carcass so that he doesn't deplete our food supply. Let's come back down here, and we'll get the elk. And we should be able to... So he should still be right down here. He better be. Oh, I hear him. Yeah, he's right over here. Alright. So, one more time should do it. Alright. Let's let Nita attack a couple of times. Got him. There we go. Alright. So you can see he's got a lot of food on him when we look here. Eating the full health is only going to take a little bit away from the carcass. So we should be good there. That will provide a lot of food. That actually provided us with the experience we needed to be able to name our pups. That carcass might actually go away, but I do want to see if that fox is still lurking around up here, because if he is, we probably need to deal with it. It looks like no, it looks like he disappeared. So that's a good thing. But now we need to go ahead and mark the territory, and that's going to be really important. Probably the most important part of this playthrough is going to be keeping that territory marked so that we do not have to worry about stranger wolf spawning, because again, if a stranger wolf spawns, there's literally nothing we can do about it. We're not allowed to intervene. We just have to avoid, and basically that means stranger wolf is going to take a pup. So there's nothing we can do about it if a stranger wolf appears. And so we really need to keep this territory well marked, and so that means we have to not be hunting like at all during the time that we do not have the time to go hunt, because if we have to go hunt, then we will we'll lose the territory, and that's going to be very dangerous, so we can't risk it. So we had to make sure we got plenty of food before we started off on this dangerous quest. So yeah, that was something that's a little bit nerve-wracking here. I think we can get by with it, so we just have to keep our territory above, preferably above 80, but I think 75 is the technical threshold where stranger wolves will spawn. So, and it will be interesting to see how this works in the next version, because of course there won't be static, or they won't be spawning in and out anymore, so it won't be like, oh, there's a stranger wolf, there's not a stranger wolf. It'll be interesting to see if possibly, like, could the packs roam too close and attack your pups? What's going to happen? Is it just going to be like there might be a random wolf that would try and get into the territory? How would that all work? I'm really interested to see that, because it's going to be pretty interesting, and it could get a lot more intense, because that would mean you'd have to kind of keep an eye on their position and know when to defend yourself and when to defend your pups. You might just have to keep you probably will still have to keep the territory really well marked, but it'll be kind of interesting to see. Alright, so here we go. So we've established our territory. Stranger wolves are less likely to come into your territory, so that's good. Here we go, and we have, it looks like 2 females and 2 males. So I'm actually going to name these guys something a little bit special here. We're going to be playing on challenging, and here we go. It looks like all of them kind of took after Motomo in looks, so there's no difference there. There's nobody's different color here. None of them look like Nita. But we're actually going to go ahead and name these guys after members of the Sawtooth Pack, because that's where Motomo's name originates as well. And so the first female we're going to name Wyakin. I don't think I've used these before. The second one we're actually going to name Motzi. The actual real Motzi was male, but we don't have quite the same balance of genders that they had. We'll name the first male Wahats, and the second one Amani. And I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the Sawtooth Pack here, because they are important. They are very important, and they played a pretty big role in kind of changing the perceptions of people, or changing people's perceptions of wolves, essentially. So, oops, I messed it up, darn it. But yeah, so basically what the Sawtooth Pack is that it was a captive wolf pack that was kept in a fairly naturalistic environment. They didn't really have to hunt, but they were kept in an enclosure, and they lived very closely with humans, and they were acclimated to them. And throughout the time, those humans, the Dutchers, they actually documented their experiences and learned a lot about wolves and their social interactions. You know what? That's a good idea. We should go get food. And they were able to video a lot of it and document a lot of it, and they wrote books. And it helped to start to change the perceptions surrounding wolves in a time when wolves were really feared and hated, much more than they are now. Now there is a little bit less of that stigma, and it certainly does still exist. There certainly is a huge need for education, but back then it was a lot worse because people didn't really understand the ecology part of it. So now we have research. We've seen what has happened when the wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone. We know more about how all of this kind of works together, and why wolves are important, and how they're not the vicious man-eaters that we thought they were. And they're not just bloodthirsty monsters. They are hunters, yes, but an important part of the ecosystem. And they actually are... They're not... People used to see them as savage beasts that would attack anything and anything, that probably killed for sport, that probably... Basically, they saw them as monsters and didn't understand any of that, and that was only made worse by the fact that wolves often would come into conflict with ranchers or whatnot, because back then, certainly, they didn't know how to keep wolves at bay from attacking their cattle, and even now, it's a struggle to learn how to do that, and to figure out a method that will work, that will keep the wolves away without having to actually kill the wolves that are attacking cattle. It's a big struggle. It's something that's really difficult, and something that we're still figuring out how to do. And so back then, of course, much less so. It was they really didn't know how to do that at all, and so they just assumed, oh, this animal is killing my livestock, it must be bad, or this animal attacks things, so it must be dangerous to humans. And really, most wolves aren't. Most wolves will be more scared of humans than humans are of them. And they'll try to avoid conflict with humans in most cases. It's very, very rare for a wolf to attack a human, and in most cases when that happens, it's a wolf that's gotten too used to humans, or a wolf that's sick, or really, really desperate for whatever reason. Most wolves will not go after a human unless they have no other choice, unless there's other factors involved. So, they're really not what people thought they were, but especially at that time, this is back when people were just starting to kind of realize, hey, wolves are actually important, but there was still a lot of stigma against them. And so to have a captive wolf pack that's being kept and observed with people living right there, it gave people kind of an inside view to the lives of wolves. And maybe not a completely accurate view, because of course a captive wolf pack is different than a wild wolf pack, but it still gave them kind of a glimpse into the lives of creatures that they would never have had at that point in time without being able to see wolves in captivity like that, and without being able to see documentation of these people who had lived with wolves. And it was a big part of kind of starting to change those negative perceptions and to show people that, hey, these guys aren't what we thought they were. They're not the vicious monsters that we heard in, you know, the story of Little Red Riding Hood or whatever. They're not what everybody has always thought they were, and it kind of started to help change those perceptions. Now, granted, it was a captive wolf pack, and so there were some differences from how most wolf packs are in real life. They use the old alpha, beta ranking system, which was based off of captive wolf packs, but the difference between captive wolf packs and wild wolf packs is that in the wild, most of the time, you will have a breeding pair and their offspring, and sometimes their offspring from previous years that are half-grown or fully grown or whatever. And so all of them are related. Oh, good heavens, why? Alright, so all of them tend to be related. Okay, you are going to have to run off and come back. So all the wolves will be related, and so you won't really have a bunch of unrelated wolves come together, and so you don't have that detailed of a social hierarchy, because a lot of the time it's pups and parents, and so the parents are going to be the dominant ones. And in a captive wolf pack, a lot of the time what you have is different wolves that are brought together from different places. And so you have a bunch of unrelated adult wolves that then have to sort out these social differences. Oh, there's the cougar. Okay. I was like, where did it go? Where did it go? And so that's where that whole alpha, beta, omega ranking system came from, was from adult wolves that had to then sort out their differences. Are you serious? No, I'm ending this now. I'm not dealing with this. You get away. I'm probably making this worse, aren't I? I want this guy to stop. I want, okay. I need to not do this. I'm gonna make it worse. We need to go mark the territory. Cougars are really frustrating in this game, and I hope they'll get their mechanics updated in the new version, because right now they just sprint off like that, and then you have to wait forever for them to come back, and it just gets difficult. But yeah, so that's why that system is generally considered to be inaccurate for the typical wolf pack, because that system is based around the idea of having a bunch of unrelated wolves, and that's not what most wolf packs are. Usually it is a breeding pair and their offspring. Oh my gosh! Oh, I thought Nita was the cougar. My heart just about stopped. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Nita! Nita, you scared the heck out of me. Oh my word. Okay. Oh, that is not what I thought was happening. Oh my goodness. Okay, why am I hearing hunting music? Okay, is there a coyote somewhere around? Why is it lagging all of a sudden? Oh, there's a fox. Oh, hello. You're right here by the den. Hi, I don't think I want you stealing my carcass. Get out of here. I'm sorry, I like you, but no. No, you don't get to do this. I'm sorry. That's my food, and I'm gonna keep you away from it. That's not a cougar, that's just a shadow. Okay, where is the cougar? I've got to find the cougar. The cougars sometimes glitch things out, too, which is not good. I just need to chase this guy far enough away that he actually despawns, and then I'm gonna check and see, do we have the cougar over here somewhere? Pups are safe inside the den. Alright, we gotta check around and see, because the cougar came somewhere over here. I think I might have glitched it, because sometimes if you chase a cougar like that, it messes things up. So we might just have to reload the game, and honestly, that's not bad timing right now, because, it actually is, about time to wrap up the episode, it looks like, and so we can just come back to this for next time and try and deal with it then. So, but yeah, so that's why the Sawtooth Pack was so important, because they helped change some of the perceptions that people have had that have been negative and false, and they helped kind of, oh no, there's the cougar. Okay, so I'm gonna approach. Alright, we're gonna try and deal with this now that we know this guy didn't just disappear, so we're gonna try and deal with this. But yeah, so that's why the Sawtooth Pack was important. They helped kind of change some of those perceptions. They helped people get a different view of wolves than what they had, and kind of gave them a bit more of an inside glimpse into the lives of wolves that they really wouldn't have had the chance to see otherwise. Okay, this guy's coming for us, so we gotta get up here. Alright, this is the actual attack, you guys. This is the actual attack. Okay, he's gonna come up here. He's gonna try to come down. Okay, he's coming right here. Just bite. Excuse me! Are you serious? Okay. Go quickly. Run, 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 run. Run the opposite way. Run the opposite way. Just run. Please don't kill a pup. Oh my goodness. I do not like this. I think we're safe. I hate that. It didn't let me bite. Oh my goodness. So yeah, the cougars are a little glitched out in this sometimes, which is part of what makes them so darn terrifying. But yeah, so we'll come back. We'll deal with the cougar. We'll probably deal with that coyote too, because that coyote is going to cause us some problems. We got to get our food up. I'm just going to make sure we do that. Hopefully we don't have to hunt. Things are kind of descending into catastrophe a lot faster than I thought they were going to, and that does not give me a good, that does not bode well for the rest of this, series, so I'm a little bit worried now, because we're using a lot more food than I thought we were going to have to, because this is taking a lot longer than I expected it to. The territory is dropping drastically. If we have to go hunt, we're kind of done for. I don't even know where we are. It's just a little bit worrying. So let's go back up. The cougar will probably have backed off if we mark territory. Yeah, we can mark a little bit on the way up so that it doesn't drop too far, and hopefully that will help. But the cougar will probably have come back and backed away from the den, so we have another chance to deal with this now. Alright, so... Alright, there's the cougar. I see it. Alright, up here. Are you gonna run again? I do not like these guys at all. They are so frustrating to deal with, and I really hope they get a big rework when we get the new update, because right now they are really, really frustrating, and they tend to do that weird glitchy thing where you can't damage them, but they can damage you, and that just makes everything infinitely more complicated. So, we're gonna come back. The cougar's probably gonna come back, and we'll try and deal with this before the episode ends. So hopefully we can do it. If we don't get it this time, if this whole running off thing happens again, I'm giving up and ending the episode. And if you run again, I'm ending the episode, and you're gonna despawn and lose your chance. Okay, we're ending this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.